This is New Media TV in London. Live stream with confidence. Content is king. This is rare news about Nigeria Airways. Welcome to another epic video from New Media TV in London. In this compelling video, we aim to discuss the death of a nation's pride. By delving deeper into the issue, we will explore how the federal government of Nigeria, FGN, and the management of Nigerian Airways jointly contributed to the decline of a once thriving airline in the country. Your host is Frank Bello.
Background to the story. Nigeria Airways was inaugurated on the 1st of May 1959, 66 years ago in 2025, during the tenure of the late Chief Ladoke Akintola as aviation minister, establishing Nigeria's fledgling national airline. By April 1977, Nigeria Airways' aircraft fleet had expanded significantly, with the airline operating a total of 202 flights each week between Lagos, Accra, Abidjan, Robertsfield, Freetown, Banjul, and Dakar in West Africa. Lagos, Kano, Rome, and London were among the key destinations served by Nigerian Airways. The Lagos, Abidjan, Robertsfield, and New York routes on the Atlantic to America positioned Nigeria strategically for business and commerce. The entire fleet includes all domestic airports. By October 1977, the airline inaugurated a commercial flight to Kenya, connecting Libreville, Gabon, and Kinshasa, Congo. The following year, on 5th of May and 10th of August 1978, it inaugurated direct flights from Lagos to New York via Accra and Robertsfield, and from Lagos through Kano to Karachi via Jeddah and Saudi Arabia, respectively. By the end of 1978, the airline had completed 27,518 flight departures across its entire network, transporting a total of 1,444,436 passengers. This resulted in a passenger load factor of over 73%, the highest traffic in the airline's history since 1959. During this period, the airline's fleet included 8 Fokker F-A27S, 7 Fokker F-28S, 2 Boeing 727s, 3 Boeing 737s, 2 Boeing 707s, and 2 DC-10 aircraft.
In 1982, the airline carried 2,138,378 passengers across its entire network, with the majority of 1,713,436 455 passengers on domestic services. It held a reasonably good share of the international market, transporting 264,132 passengers. The figures increased significantly in 1983, with 1,704,803 passengers on domestic routes and 299,325 on intercontinental routes. Traffic within the African region was 218,994, compared to 160,791 the previous year. During this period, the airline also expanded by adding 6 more Boeing 737 aircraft to its fleet.
However, in 1984, domestic traffic increased from 1,568,152 to 2,089,510, representing an 80% rise. The African route also saw an increase of 46,475 passengers compared to the previous year. Intercontinental service in 1985 carried 236,277 passengers, up from 196,692 the year before. The newly acquired Airbus aircraft were deployed to share the international route with the DC-10. They also had some share along the West African coast. At the time of closure, news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reported, "Nigeria Airways is plagued by mismanagement, corruption, and overstaffing."
By 1999, the pride of the nation owed more than 60 million United States dollars, had a poor safety record, and its operational fleet consisted of a single aircraft operating domestic routes, as well as 2 leased aircraft managing the international network. It was later succeeded by Virgin Nigeria in 2004.
After Nigerian Airways ceased operations in 2003, Olusegun Obasanjo, as president, established a committee to investigate those responsible for the downfall of Nigerian Airways and to ensure that the offenders were brought to justice. Ibrahim Mishalia, the chairman of Westlink Airlines, highlighted that the collapse of the once flourishing Nigerian Airways resulted from the numerous inconsistent and misguided decisions, actions, inactions, and policies by the federal government, its appointees, and the airline staff. Obasanjo's tenure, a committee was set up to investigate the airline's affairs. It was led by the then Minister of Defense, General Theophilus Danjuma. After Danjuma resigned as defense minister, his successor, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, took over the leadership of the committee. The committee submitted its report to Obasanjo, who ordered full implementation of its recommendations. The names of the culprits were handed over to the then Inspector General of Police, IG, Adebayo Balogun. That was the last we heard about the matter. Today, all the culprits from 1999 remain at large, 25 years later, 2025, following Olusegun Obasanjo's presidency. Shelia provocatively stated that the Nigerian government never created the airline for profit, but as an extension of the aviation ministry. He emphasized that throughout its existence, the airline had annual budgets for all its activities. At the same time, its aircraft were also used for government functions without prior notice. Furthermore, he highlighted corrupt practices by staff and management as one reason why, despite having a fleet of 29 aircraft in 1979, only 2 were operational in 1999.
The collapse of Nigeria Airways in 2003 was ultimately caused by decades of severe mismanagement, government interference, corruption, and financial difficulties. When it ceased operations, the airline, once a symbol of national pride in Nigeria, was left with only a single operational aircraft, hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, and a poor safety record. Let us examine the history of the decline closely. 1. Widespread corruption. The airline was suffering from widespread corruption and poor management. Funds were diverted, and officials regarded the company as their personal possession. 2. Political interference. Military and political leaders appointed unqualified individuals to manage the airline, resulting in poor decisions and operational failures. For example, in the 1980s, a military coup led to the dismissal of an experienced team hired from KLM. 3. Debt and poor finances. The airline accrued substantial debts due to unpaid fees, mismanagement, and the government's failure to provide sufficient financial support. Despite a government cash injection in the 90s, by 2003, the company owed over $528 million United States dollars. The airline was also known for being years behind on its accounts. 4. Poor maintenance and safety. Decades of neglected upkeep and a severe shortage of spare parts resulted in a poor safety record. Several crashes and serious incidents involving Nigeria Airways aircraft took place throughout its history. 5. Operational inefficiency. With declining performance and overstaffing, passenger traffic dropped sharply. By the first quarter of 2003, the number of passengers had decreased from 2 million in 1985 to just 10,000. 6. Competition and unprofitable routes. The Nigerian government issued multiple operating licenses to international carriers, which significantly reduced Nigeria Airways' market share. The airline was also forced to operate unprofitable routes based on the preferences of influential officials' home states rather than on commercial viability. Timeline of key events: 1983. Following a military coup that brought Muhammadu Buhari and Tunde Ediabon to power, the government dismissed an experienced management team from KLM. 1991. In a major aviation disaster, a chartered DC-8 operating on behalf of Nigeria Airways crashed shortly after takeoff from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, killing all 261 people on board. An investigation revealed the flight departed with underinflated tires due to pressure to stay on schedule. 2003. With its debt mounting and its fleet reduced to a single serviceable aircraft, the Nigerian government chose to liquidate the airline rather than bail it out again. 2004. Nigeria Airways was officially liquidated during President Olusegun Obasanjo's tenure. Legacy and aftermath. In conclusion, the collapse of Nigeria Airways is often cited as a warning of institutional failure in Nigeria. Virgin Nigeria succeeded the airline, a joint venture that was later sold and ultimately failed. Arik Air took over the ground facilities. The Nigerian government has since made several attempts to establish a new national carrier, but these efforts have faced their own challenges.
Nigeria Airways collapsed due to a combination of crippling factors, including mismanagement, corruption, overstaffing, and accumulated debt from the 1980s onward. Factors such as unregulated IMF policies, politically motivated hiring, inefficient operations, an outdated fleet, and a lack of proper maintenance, combined with a devalued currency, led to mounting financial losses, an inability to pay for parts, and the suspension of services, ultimately resulting in the airline's liquidation in 2003.
That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video presentation or any of our live streams, please remember to like, share, follow us, and subscribe to our channels on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you're alerted when we post a new video or host a live stream. Your engagement and interaction are the most important rewards for us. They help us build a stronger community by creating unique